When you grow old, 5 things to let go of immediately for a happier life. As we embark on the journey into our golden years, life presents us with a profound opportunity to reflect deeply on the past, to cherish what is truly significant, and to release the burdens that have weighed us down through decades of experience. For individuals aged 65 and above, genuine happiness is not measured by material possessions or the accolades we have accumulated over a lifetime. Instead, the foundation of true contentment lies in achieving a state of inner peace, nurturing meaningful relationships, and embracing the simple yet exquisite joy of living fully in the present moment. In this season of life, where the wisdom of years meets the serenity of acceptance, we are called to let go of certain burdens that no longer serve us. There are exactly 5 things that, when released, pave the way to a happier, more liberated existence. It is all too common to find ourselves clinging to old resentments, sorrowful memories, superficial connections, hollow pride, and self-blame, each of which can prevent us from fully appreciating the blessings of today. Each of these elements, though once integral to our survival and growth, may now hinder our ability to enjoy the fruits of a long and varied life. As we reflect on these aspects, we are reminded that our worth is not measured by the shadows of past grievances or the weight of outdated roles, but rather by the lightness of being that comes from forgiveness, acceptance, and genuine connection with others. In the pages that follow, we shall explore the art of letting go in 5 distinct areas. Releasing the hold of deep-seated resentment, freeing ourselves from the persistent sorrow of days gone by, disentangling from relationships that have lost their meaning, shedding the empty pride tied to former titles and roles, and finally, granting forgiveness both to ourselves and to those who have caused us pain. Each section offers insights into how clinging to these burdens can stifle our growth and diminish the potential for experiencing lasting joy. By choosing to let go, we do not diminish the significance of our past experiences. Rather, we honor them by acknowledging the lessons they have taught us and by liberating ourselves from the emotional weight that no longer has a place in our present. This process of release is not a denial of our history, but an embrace of the possibility that comes with living in the here and now. It is a deliberate act of self-care and a bold affirmation of our right to peace, love, and authentic happiness. In the spirit of authenticity and clarity, we invite you to join us on this journey toward emotional liberation and renewed purpose. As you read through the following sections, may you find encouragement to unburden your heart, to look upon your life with compassionate eyes, and to take gentle yet firm steps toward a future defined not by regret or loss, but by the hope and promise of each new day. This is an invitation to live fully and freely, unencumbered by the chains of old grievances and outdated identities, and to embrace a life where every moment is an opportunity for joy, connection, and self-discovery. May these words serve as a gentle reminder that every step you take toward releasing the past is a step toward embracing a future filled with light and warmth. Remember that the path to liberation is paved with self-compassion and understanding. As you move forward, allow each moment of release to transform into an opportunity for renewal and growth, affirming the beauty of every sunrise and the promise of new beginnings. Let this message resonate within you, inspiring you to unshackle your heart and to find serenity in the art of letting go with enduring grace. 1. Let go of resentment. Resentment is a silent thief that stealthily robs us of our inner peace, joy, and even our health. It settles deep within our hearts, nurtured by memories of betrayal, hurtful words, and actions we once deemed unjust or unworthy. Over time, this bitterness hardens into a weight that can stifle our ability to live fully and love without reservation. Although clinging to resentment may feel strangely familiar, almost as if we are guarding an old wound, in reality, it is our own suffering that is deepened. We often believe that by holding on, we are protecting ourselves or ensuring that the one who wronged us is somehow held accountable. However, the truth is that retaining resentment only inflicts harm upon ourselves. Imagine holding a burning coal tightly in your hand with the intention of hurling it at someone else. In that very act, it is your hand that gets scorched, not the other person. This vivid metaphor captures the self-destructive nature of anger and bitterness. The residue of resentment invades every corner of our thoughts, often emerging unexpectedly and even manifesting as physical ailments. Research has demonstrated that chronic resentment can lead to heightened levels of stress, anxiety, and even contribute to heart disease. Yet, beyond its physical implications, resentment deprives us of a priceless gift: our emotional freedom. Forgiveness, a concept frequently misunderstood, is not about excusing or erasing the transgressions of others, nor does it obligate us to re-establish a relationship with those who have hurt us. Instead, true forgiveness is a compassionate act we extend to ourselves. It is a powerful declaration that we will no longer allow the pain inflicted by others to govern our inner state. Choosing to forgive means releasing the tight grip of anger and, in doing so, reclaiming a sense of peace and control over our own lives. Consider the weight of resentment as a burden that has accompanied you for years. Picture the person or situation that continues to haunt your thoughts, whether it is an old friend who betrayed your trust, a family member whose cutting words still echo in your mind, or even a younger version of yourself whose decisions now bring regret. Now imagine placing that burden gently aside, watching it slowly dissipate until it no longer overshadows your present. How liberating would it feel to release that constant tension? How much lighter and freer would your spirit become? The journey to let go of resentment begins with acknowledging the pain it has caused. Allow yourself to admit that you were hurt and that the wound was significant. Permit yourself to grieve, to feel the anger, and to process the myriad emotions tied to those memories. Yet, it is equally important to recognize that you no longer reside in the past. While the hurt may have contributed to the tapestry of your life, it does not have to dictate the course of your future. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but rather an ongoing practice. Sometimes the process may seem more challenging than others, yet every small step forward is a victory in itself. As you gradually relinquish resentment, you may find that the narrative you once told yourself about past events transforms. Reflect on the lessons you have learned and the strength you have gained through adversity. In time, what once appeared as scars may reveal themselves as emblems of your resilience. Releasing resentment is, in essence, an act of reclaiming your personal power. It is a bold assertion that you refuse to let old wounds dictate your life any longer, choosing instead to embrace the peace that you inherently deserve. Let go of resentment today, deliberate breath, and a conscious act of forgiveness at a time, and set your heart free from the shackles of past pain, letting the light of your present shine forth. 2. Let go of past sorrows. The past is a vast landscape that we visit repeatedly, a realm where moments of laughter and light coexist with shadows of sorrow and loss. For many, the most challenging aspect of growing older is not the accumulation of years, but the lingering memories that weigh heavily on the heart. The sorrow of lost opportunities, fractured relationships, and the aching absence of cherished loved ones can feel overwhelming at times, threatening to eclipse the beauty of the present. Yet, to dwell in the past is to miss the endless promise and beauty of what lies before us. Letting go of past sorrows does not entail erasing memories or pretending that painful events never occurred. Rather, it is an act of acceptance, a recognition that life is a rich tapestry woven from both joy and pain, and that the darker threads need not dominate the overall pattern. The sorrows of yesterday, while significant in shaping who we are, should not have the power to overshadow the light and happiness that can still flourish in our lives. Imagine for a moment a garden battered by a fierce storm. Some branches are broken, flowers have been crushed, and the once fertile soil appears scattered. Yet, with time, care, and nurturing, new blossoms begin to emerge, and the garden slowly transforms into a space of renewed beauty. In much the same way, our hearts, though scarred by past grief, can heal and blossom if given the opportunity. The process of letting go starts with acknowledging that the past cannot be changed. It requires us to accept that sorrow is an inevitable part of the human experience, a testament to the depth of our love and the richness of our lives. By choosing to focus on the present moment, we open ourselves to a wellspring of gratitude and joy that resides in everyday experiences. Each breath, each smile, and each interaction offers a chance to create new memories that enrich our lives. While it is natural to mourn what has been lost, clinging too tightly to sorrow can prevent us from experiencing the full spectrum of life's beauty. Instead, we can honor our past by learning from it, while allowing ourselves the freedom to move forward with grace and optimism. Allow your heart to mend as you slowly let go of the heavy burdens of sorrow. Recognize that every tear shed and every moment of pain has also been a teacher, guiding you to a deeper understanding of who you are. With each day that passes, take a deliberate step toward embracing the beauty of now. Envision the future as a canvas awaiting your vibrant brushstrokes, unmarked by the stains of old grief. In this mindful approach, every memory is honored without overwhelming your present, and every moment is cherished for its potential to bring joy. Let your soul find solace in the gentle unfolding of life, where past sorrows are transformed into the wisdom that lights your path forward with lasting grace. 3. Let go of meaningless relationships. As life unfolds over the years, it gradually reveals what truly matters and which connections enrich our existence. In our youth, we often find ourselves surrounded by a multitude of acquaintances, friends, colleagues, casual companions, leading us to believe that the sheer number of relationships defines a rich and fulfilling life. However, as time passes and we grow older, we come to understand that the quality of our connections far outweighs their quantity. Some relationships, once significant, no longer serve our well-being, and it becomes both necessary and liberating to let them go. It is not an act of bitterness or judgment to release relationships that have lost their meaning. Rather, it is an affirmation of self-respect and a recognition that our time and energy are far too precious to be spent on those who do not nurture or appreciate us. Longevity in a relationship does not automatically equate to loyalty or genuine care. Some connections simply run their course, and there is grace in acknowledging when it is time to part ways. Reflect on the individuals who populate your life. Consider those who consistently uplift you, who bring warmth to your days, and who affirm your intrinsic worth. These are the relationships that deserve your energy and attention. Conversely, there may be those whose presence leaves you feeling drained, unseen, or undervalued. Clinging to such associations can hinder your growth and prevent you from fully embracing new and meaningful connections. Letting go of meaningless relationships is an act of courage, a decision to prioritize your own emotional well-being above the comfort of familiarity. It requires a willingness to let go of what is known, even if it has been a part of your life for many years, in order to make room for connections that genuinely resonate with your soul. This process involves a delicate balance between honoring the past and welcoming the potential for future relationships that are founded on mutual respect and love. Imagine the space that could be created in your life if you were to release the ties that no longer serve you. In the absence of superficial bonds, your heart and mind can open up to deeper, more authentic connections with family, with friends, and even with yourself. By freeing yourself from the weight of relationships that bring more pain than joy, you create an environment where love and genuine companionship can flourish. Every decision to let go is a step toward a more authentic life. It is an acknowledgement that you deserve relationships that contribute positively to your overall happiness. In making this choice, you are not dismissing the past or the shared experiences you once held dear. Instead, you are choosing to honor your well-being by inviting only those connections that uplift and support you. Embrace the freedom to redefine your social circle in a way that reflects your true self and the life you wish to live. Allow yourself the space to let go of those relationships that no longer spark joy or offer genuine support, for in doing so, you create room for more meaningful connections to enter your life. Recognize that releasing these ties is not an act of selfishness, but rather a commitment to your own growth and happiness. Each farewell to a superficial bond is a gentle clearing away of clutter from the garden of your heart, making it ready to nurture new seeds of love, understanding, and mutual respect. As you move forward, trust that every relationship you choose to maintain will contribute positively to your emotional well-being helping you to build a life rich in love, compassion, and authentic connection. Let your heart be open to the possibility of finding friendships and bonds that truly resonate with your soul, honoring your journey and paving the way for deeper, more fulfilling connections in the future. 4. Let go of empty pride and titles. As the years pass and the roles we once embodied begin to fade, we may find ourselves clinging to the titles and accolades that once defined our identity. These symbols, be they job titles, achievements, or social positions, were once sources of immense pride, offering a sense of accomplishment and recognition. They represented our successes, the sacrifices we made, and the roles we played in the tapestry of life. However, as time unfolds, the necessity of holding on to these symbols diminishes, and they can become a burden that obscures the deeper truth of who we truly are. Letting go of empty pride and outdated titles does not mean dismissing the value of our past accomplishments. Rather, it is an acknowledgement that our worth is not tied to the labels we once held. Titles are ephemeral and transient, offering status in a moment but failing to capture the enduring essence of our character. What truly defines us is the legacy we build through our actions, the kindness we extend to others, and the authenticity with which we live our lives. Consider the retired professional who still introduces themselves by their former position. While such titles may evoke a sense of past success, they can also create a barrier that disconnects the individual from the present moment. Clinging to outdated identities can tether us to a world that no longer exists, causing us to yearn for a relevance that may feel hollow. There is liberation to be found in releasing these old labels, for it allows us to embrace the simplicity and beauty of being in the present, unburdened by the need for external validation. When we let go of empty pride, we open ourselves up to deeper connections with those around us. Without the armor of former accolades, we become more approachable, more genuine, and ultimately more capable of experiencing true intimacy with others. This act of letting go is not about diminishing our past. It is about recognizing that the most profound aspects of our identity lie in the relationships we cultivate, the wisdom we share, and the love we offer freely. Imagine the freedom of living without the constant pressure to prove oneself through titles and achievements. Picture a life where your identity is defined not by a list of accomplishments, but by the simple, everyday acts of kindness and generosity that shape the lives of those you touch. In letting go of pride rooted in outdated roles, you reclaim your power and open the door to a more authentic existence, one where your true self shines without the need for adornment. Embrace the opportunity to be recognized for who you are now rather than who you once were. Understand that your contributions to the world, whether in your career, community, or family, are significant because they reflect your character, not because of the titles that may have accompanied them. In this stage of life, authenticity triumphs over pretense, and humility offers a strength that no accolade can match. 5. Forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness stands as one of the most profound acts of healing, yet it remains one of the most challenging to extend, especially when it comes to forgiving oneself. Throughout the journey of life, we accumulate not only moments of joy and success, but also scars from mistakes, regrets, and relationships that did not unfold as we had hoped. These scars, if left unhealed, weigh heavily upon our hearts and tether us to past pain, preventing us from fully embracing the peace that we so deeply deserve. Often we hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, replaying moments of perceived failure, whether it be actions not taken, words left unsaid, or instances where we did not live up to our own or others' expectations. Over time, this relentless self-criticism hardens into an inner voice that is unyielding and judgmental. Yet, it is essential to remember that to be human is to be imperfect. Perfection was never the true goal. Rather, it is growth, learning, and the capacity to love that define our journey. To forgive oneself is to acknowledge our humanity, to accept that we did the best we could with the knowledge and resources available at the time. Imagine speaking kindly to your younger self, offering the compassion you once sought from others. Recognize that every misstep was a lesson in disguise, contributing to the person you have become today. This self-forgiveness is not about erasing the past, but about releasing the hold that self-blame and regret have on your present. Extending forgiveness to others is equally transformative. We have all experienced hurt at the hands of someone, a friend, a family member, or even a stranger, whose actions have left an indelible mark on our hearts. Clinging to anger or resentment against these individuals is akin to anchoring yourself to a heavy weight, one that only serves to impede your progress and darken your spirit. Forgiving others does not mean condoning their behavior or forgetting the pain they caused. It means liberating yourself from the perpetual cycle of bitterness and sorrow. Visualize the liberation that comes with forgiving both yourself and those who have wronged you. Picture a life unburdened by the chains of past mistakes and grievances, a life where your heart is free to experience love, joy, and peace without reservation. Forgiveness is not a single act, but an ongoing process that requires patience, self-compassion, and perseverance. With each act of forgiveness, you take a step closer to reclaiming your power and restoring the light within your soul. Choose forgiveness as a gift to yourself. Let go of the notion that forgiveness is a favor granted to the offender. Instead, see it as an act of self-love that releases you from the shackles of lingering pain. As you navigate this path, remind yourself that every step you take toward forgiveness is a step toward a future filled with renewed hope and genuine inner peace. Take time to reflect on the journey that has brought you to this moment and allow forgiveness to be the bridge between your past and your future. Recognize that by forgiving yourself and others, you are not diminishing the lessons learned, but rather, you are choosing to honor them in a way that fosters growth and renewal. Each act of forgiveness is a courageous step toward releasing the emotional burdens that no longer serve you, and each step lights the path to a more serene and fulfilling life. Embrace this practice with an open heart and a willingness to heal, knowing that forgiveness empowers you to live with greater joy, clarity, and freedom. Let these words inspire you to move forward, leaving behind the weight of old regrets and welcoming the promise of new beginnings. Step boldly into your vibrant new life. Conclusion: embracing the freedom to live fully. As we advance into the later chapters of life, we are presented with a remarkable opportunity to focus on what truly matters. This time of life invites us to shed the burdens we have carried for so long, releasing the pain of the past and embracing the simplicity and beauty of the present moment. Letting go is not about losing a part of ourselves. Rather, it is about gaining clarity, peace, and the freedom to live authentically. When we release old resentments, we reclaim our inner peace. When we let go of bygone sorrows, we open ourselves to gratitude and new joys. By stepping away from relationships that no longer nourish our spirit, we make room for connections that truly enrich our lives. Releasing empty pride allows us to live with humility and grace, and forgiving ourselves and others unlocks a profound freedom that rejuvenates our soul. In this stage of life, every moment becomes a cherished opportunity to create a legacy defined by love, compassion, and wisdom. The process of letting go is not always easy, but it is an essential journey toward rediscovering the vibrant joy that resides within us. Each act of release, whether it be forgiving a long-held grievance or stepping away from a draining relationship, is a testament to our resilience and our commitment to living fully. This is a time to honor the lessons of the past while courageously stepping into a future unburdened by regret and sorrow. Allow yourself to live with an open heart, embracing the present with all its imperfections and beauty. Recognize that the journey of life is not measured by what we have held on to, but by what we have had the courage to let go. In letting go, we free ourselves from the weight of outdated identities and painful memories, creating space for new experiences, deeper connections, and a more profound sense of fulfillment. Imagine a life where your heart is light, your mind is clear, and your spirit is free to explore the wonders of each day without the encumbrance of past burden. This invitation to live fully is not a call to forget the past, but rather to honor it by releasing what no longer serves you, so that you may embrace a future filled with hope and possibility. Let the freedom to live fully guide you toward a life of genuine happiness, where every breath is a celebration of the present, and every moment is an opportunity to grow. May you find the strength to let go, the wisdom to forgive, and the courage to move forward, with a heart unburdened by yesterday's pain. Embrace this new chapter with gratitude and allow the beauty of each day to renew your spirit and inspire your journey. Take a moment to internalize the truth that every ending heralds a new beginning. With each burden you cast off, you not only free your heart, but also pave the way for experiences that enrich your soul. The courage to let go is a testament to your strength, and it is this strength that will carry you forward into a future brimming with promise. As you stand at the threshold of this new phase, reflect on the lessons learned and the love that has sustained you, and know that every step you take in letting go is a step toward a brighter, more liberated tomorrow. Embrace the journey ahead with a spirit of adventure and an unwavering commitment to self-discovery. Let the past be a guide, not a chain, and allow each day to unfold with the possibility of renewal. Cherish the freedom that comes from forgiveness, the serenity that follows release, and the joy that blossoms when you live in the present. Your future is a blank canvas, and you create a future renewed. In old age, you actually don't need any friends at all. As you journey through life into your golden years, there's often a societal expectation that maintaining a large social circle is essential for happiness and well-being. While this may hold true for some, many elderly individuals find it liberating to realize that old age can be a time of peace and self-contentment, free from the obligations and pressures of maintaining friendships. Here's why this perspective is not only valid, but also deeply enriching. Understanding the shift in priorities. In the twilight of life, there is a quiet and profound transformation, a shift in what truly matters. When you are younger, friendships often play a vital role in shaping your identity. They provide a sense of belonging, a network of support, and a source of shared experiences. However, as the years pass, the landscape of your priorities begins to change. Old age brings clarity, a kind of wisdom that allows you to see life differently. The urgency to please others, to fit in, or to maintain relationships out of obligation starts to fade. Instead, the focus turns inward. This is not a selfish withdrawal from the world, but rather a deep realization that the most meaningful connections are not always external. It's about discovering the richness of your own company, the peace of solitude, and the beauty of simpler things that once went unnoticed. At this stage of life, many people realize that their time and energy are precious. Friendships, which were once a cornerstone of happiness, may no longer hold the same significance. This doesn't mean they are unimportant. Rather, it reflects that your inner world has become fuller and more self-sufficient. The need for external validation diminishes. You have lived through decades of joys, struggles, lessons, and growth, so there is no longer a need to prove yourself to anyone. The depth of meaningful connections. This shift often comes with a greater appreciation for the relationships that truly matter. For many elderly individuals, bonds with family take center stage. A phone call from a child, the laughter of a grandchild, or the quiet companionship of a spouse can fill your heart in ways that casual friendships might not. These moments of connection feel deeper, more enduring, and more aligned with your values and needs. Moreover, this phase of life encourages you to reflect on the friendships you've had over the years. Some may have lasted a lifetime, while others have faded with time. Rather than feeling sadness over the loss of these connections, there is often a sense of gratitude for what they brought to your life. You carry the memories with you like chapters in a book, but you no longer feel bound to add more pages to relationships that no longer serve you. Embracing a different kind of connection. This shift in priorities is not about giving up on human connection. It's about embracing a different kind of connection. It's about finding joy in the small, meaningful moments that life offers each day. It's about realizing that your worth and happiness are no longer tied to how many people you know or how often you socialize. Instead, they are rooted in the peace you feel within yourself and the legacy of love and wisdom you have cultivated over a lifetime. As the years pass, you come to understand that life's truest treasures are found not in maintaining a wide circle of acquaintances, but in cherishing the intimacy of your own journey. This realization is freeing. It allows you to let go of the pressure to keep up with others, to constantly nurture friendships out of a sense of duty, or to measure your life by the company you keep. In this stage, you find that the most important friendship is the one you have with yourself. A relationship built on acceptance, understanding, and deep contentment. This is the beauty of growing older, the ability to reprioritize